What's up, YouTube? Welcome to our live chat. I'm with Keith and all these beautiful Beachbody employees behind me. So, whoop, whoop. As you guys know, we have a live workout and then a chat. I do believe we have a special someone showing up for the second half of our chat today. I'm not going to say just in case schedules change, but we do have somebody scheduled to show up. But we're starting live with the workout. So I hope you're dressed and I hope your shoes are on and you have a water bottle nearby. Here's how it's going to work. We're going to warm up, and then this workout is called Add It On. So if you've been on my YouTube channel before, you may have seen a version of this. What I do is show you the first exercise, we do 4 reps of it. I show you the next exercise, we do the first and the second. Then we do the first, the second, and the third. We keep adding on until I say stop. Who knows when that'll be? We'll have some fun. Are you guys ready? All right, let's do this. 3, 2, 1, jog it out. Here we go. Get your heels up. I'm going to start just by saying I crushed my own legs yesterday and then realized I had to do this. This is not the best planning on my part, but I'm going to get through it with you guys. Just FYI. So if I fall apart first, don't judge. We're going to do tap backs in 3, 2, 1. So you're going to tap the toe back, open up the chest. Give me 4 more. 3, 2, shoulder rolls back, big circles. We're going to do 2 more. Now take them forward. Make sure you're breathing throughout this entire workout. 2 more. Good. Let's rock side to side. So we're going to keep the legs wide, toes facing forward, abs in. Let's all get together. Good. There we go. 4, 3, 2, 1. Step your feet together. Give me a front lunge. We're going to lunge forward. Everybody join me. You're going to twist. You're going to bring it back to the center, and we're going to go together. Other leg. Here we go. So arms go up, rotate, bring it back. Other side, rotate, abs in. You're going to feel that stretch in the front of your hip flexor. Do it again. Again, keep breathing. Get that knee close to the ground if you can. Let's do 2 more. Reach those arms as high as you can. And we're going to go into toe kicks. So just swing the leg up and up. Wherever you can get, keeping the legs straight so you stretch out the hamstrings. 2 and 1. Are you warm? Okay. Hello. Thank you. We got Brian in the house. All right. We're starting with surrenders. Watch it first. Your right leg goes down, down, up, up. You do 2 with the right and 2 with the left. Everybody together. 3, 2, 1. We go down, down, up. Same leg. Down, up. Now switch legs. Down, down, up. Again. That's your first move. Now we're going to go into squats. Watch it. You're just going to go down and up. Here we go. 4, squeeze. 3, keep the feet parallel. 2, 1 more. Right back to surrenders. Here we go. And down. I'm showing you what leg is going down. Up. Do it again. Abs in. Switch legs. Down. Chest up. Again. Now we have squats for 4. Squeeze. 3, 2. Give me 1 more. Now watch your next move. You're going to do reverse lunge, front kick. We're going to do 2 on the right, 2 on the left. Here we go. We go back, kick, back, kick. Other leg, take it back, kick, back. From the top, surrenders. We go down. You see how this works? You getting it? Yes, you realize there are no breaks, right? Switch. I may have left that part out. Do it again. Squats are next. Here we go. 4. Squeeze. 3, 2. Reverse lunge with the right. Here we go. Back. Kick. Do it again. Woo, where's my balance? Other leg. Back. Kick. Back. Watch your next move. You're going to jump your legs. Narrow squat. Wide. Narrow. Wide. We're doing 4. Here we go. Everybody jump. Narrow. wide, 2, wide. Oh, my legs. Woo! And from the top. Okay. Yeah. Ambitious today. Switch legs. Ay, ay, ay. Come on, we got this. Squats, here we go. 4, 3, 2. Sweating already. Reverse lunge, let's go. Back, front kick. Do it again. Switch legs. Back, kick. Narrow to wide jump. So we go narrow, wide, narrow. 2 more. Last one. Now watch, you go jump. Yep. Okay, you saw it. Here we go. I'm going to save it. 3, 2, from the top. Oh, wait, I lied. Jump lunges. Oh, my God. Here we go. 4, 3, 2, 1. I swear my brain is working. From the top. Surrender. And up. Do it again. And up. Other leg. Down. And up. Down. Keep breathing. Right here. Squat it out. 4, 3, 2. Reverse lunge, front kick. Back, kick. Other leg. Back. Yes. Narrow. Here we go. Narrow. Wide. That's 2, 3. Let's go, Keith. 4. Jump lunge. 4, 3, 2, 1. Next move, your legs get a break. You're going to inchworm it down. You're going to walk it out. You're going to walk it back. And up for 4. Here we go. Feet together. Down, abs in. Legs straight the whole time. Walk it back. Breathe. Do it again. And out. And back. Give me 2 more. This is your chance to let your legs rest in case you haven't noticed. 1 more, you're welcome. It's more for me than it is for you guys, I swear. And here we go, from the top, down, up. Like I said, you got to keep breathing through this. Other leg. Abs are in, chest is up. We're going to squat. Here we go, squat. We're working through it. I don't care if you're sore. You got this. Let's go. Give me 1 more. Reverse lunge. Back. Front kick. Again. Other leg. Back. Kick. Narrow to wide. We go narrow. Narrow. 2 more. Jump lunge. 4, 3, 2, 1. Inchworms, roll it down. Walk it out. Walk it back. That's 1. Down, abs in, flat back, so walk out to a plank. Press it back. Slow it down. 2 more. 3. Take it back. 1 more right here. Now we're going to stay out here. Give me push-ups. 4, 3, 2, 1. Walk it back. Roll it up. From the top, surrender. You love me. Let's go. We got this. Other leg. Ain't no stopping us now. Do it again. Let's squat. Here we go. Keith, you hanging in there? Lauren, how you doing back there? Artie. Reverse lunge. Front kick. Abs in for balance. Other leg. Kick. Narrow to wide. Here we go. Wide. 2, 3. Get those heels down. 4. Jump. 2. Come on, Brian. Inchworms. Let's go. You know if your mom was here, she'd be trucking along. Roll it up. Do it again. Take it back. Abs in and breathe. 2 more. Down. Out. And up. Last one. We've got push-ups. Here we go. 4, 3, 2. Stay here. Watch your next move. You're going to go knee to elbow, knee to elbow. Here we go. 4, 3, 2. Squeeze those obliques. 1. Walk the hands back. Roll it up. From the top. We got this. Let's go. Come on. Down, down. Up, up. Other leg. Down. And up. One more. And we're going to squat. Let's all get together. Here we go. Squat. 2. Breathe. 3, 4. Reverse lunge. Front kick. Reverse. Other leg. Back. Narrow to wide. Let's go. Narrow. Wide. Get low. 2. Make those legs work. 3. Make that booty work. 4. Jump lunge. 4, 3, 2, 1. Inchworm. Roll it down. Walk it out. Bring it back. And up. Again. Down. Here's your chance to breathe. Slow it down. Walk it back. And up. 2 more. And out. Walk it back. Up. Last one. We've got push-ups right here. Walk it out. And 4, 3, 2, 1. Knee pull. 4, 3. Let's go. 2. Watch your next move. Rotate to the side. Leg lift for 2. And then rotate other side. Leg lift for 2. So let's all do that together. Here we go. And rotate. And lift. And other side. And lift. Bring it back to the center. Walk the hands back. Okay, here's the deal. 2 more times all the way through, and we're done. So breathe. Let's go. Surrender. Down, down, up, up. Do it again. Down, down. Breathe. Other leg. And up. Again. Me too. Let's squat. 4. Squeeze. 3. Tight glutes. 2. Reverse lunge. Front kick. Make sure that front knee is behind the toe. Other leg. Reverse. Kick. Narrow to wide. Wide. Narrow. 2 more. Jump lunge. 4, 3, 2. Inchworms. I'm going to turn sideways just so you guys can see. Come on, let's go. Inchworms. And out. Hello. Walk it back. And up. Down. Walk it out. Walk it back. We have 2 more. And out. We're breathing. We know we're close to the end, so we're giving it everything we got. We've got push-ups right here. 4, 3, 2, 1. Knee tuck. 4, 3, 2, 1. Okay. Open side. Leg lift for 2. Other side. Oh. And center. Walk it all the way back. From the top. Last time. Let's go. Surrender. And up. Do it again. Switch. Aren't you guys glad it's only 15 minutes? And we're going to squat it out. Here we go. 4, 3, 2. Last one. Reverse lunge. Back. Kick. Back. Other leg. Narrow to wide jumps. Let's go. Narrow. Wide. Get lower. 3. 1 more. Jump lunge. 4, 3, 2. Let's go, Brian. Inchworms. Down. Come on. The legs are over. And back. They're toast too, right? Up. Now make sure as you do these inchworms, keep your legs straight and don't let your pelvis drop. 2 more. So hands plant. You walk out to a plank. You walk it back. Last one. Down. Push-ups right here. 4, 3, 2, knee tucks. 4, 3, 2, 1. Side rotation. Lift. Lift. Doesn't matter which side because we're doing both. And bring it back to the center. Walk it up. Roll it up slowly. Okay. Let's cool it down. Legs, feet. Legs are a little wider than hip width apart. Give me an inhale up. And exhale it out. Do it again. Cool down is just as important as that warm up, you guys, so do it with us. Take one arm across the chest, stretch out those shoulders. Abs are still in tight. We're still breathing. Switch. Big pull on that shoulder. You're feeling it in the front of the shoulder. Release it. Take one arm up over your head. Pull down on that elbow so you stretch out your tricep. Switch. And release the hands. Interlace the fingers behind your back. You're going to pull down. Open up your chest. And release it. You're going to grab your toe. Pull it up towards your booty. Keep the knees close together. Press the pelvis forward. If you're struggling with balance, grab your ear. I swear it helps. How about that? Nifty little trick. Switch it out. Really feel this stretch in the front of your quadricep. Good. Lower that down. Right foot goes on the left knee. Figure 4. Stretch out the side of your booty. You're going to feel this right here. Good. Switch it out. And release that. Roll it all the way forward. Just hang out down here. Release the neck. Feel the stretch in the back of your hamstrings and behind your knee. And bend your knees and roll it up slowly. There it is, you guys. Just a little something fun and new I've been working on. Hope you enjoyed that. Don't go anywhere. We're going to towel off, and then we're going to sit down and chat. You guys all killed it. Yay. Thanks for joining me. Yes. All right. Thank you guys for hanging in there for that. Oh, yes, I need one of those. Let me towel off, and then we'll talk. We'll have a conversation. Thank you in a second. You got to love starting the live chat with a workout, right? So we can sit down nice and sweaty. It's fun. It's all good. Brian, you killed it. Thank you, guys. Always a pleasure. Okay.
Wow. Got my iPad.
So we did that. So that just happened.
Yeah.
Hold
Did
on.
it ever?
Right?
Did it ever just happen?
It did. Hey, how about I pass that over? Woo!
Woo.
Hey, kid.
What's going on?
You know. We're just going to pretend like that didn't just happen.
Wow. Excuse me for my sweatiness,
Right.
folks.
It's all good. I think we're all sweaty together, right? I got like Shakeology and water. I'm raring.
Wow.
Talk
So
to
what's
me.
up, y'all?
Hey!
What's going on?
Whew. Okay, it's so hot.
It is hot.
Our guests better show up, otherwise I'm going to be very upset.
We'll catch up. We'll catch up in a second. All right. So what's been going on? How do I transition into that? Summit. This was your very first summit.
It was my very first summit. It was amazing. Best time. Had no idea what to expect. It was a whirlwind, to say the least, you guys. The best time, but seriously, 5 days, I was toast. I was toast by the end of summit, and I got back and I had 4 days. I'd like to say I had 4 days to rest, but I didn't, because everybody knows there's a secret project going on, and I had some very important things to be doing for the secret project.
Very secret.
Very secret.
Top
Hush,
secret.
hush. You know. And then I got a call that I was going to Puerto Rico in
Wow.
addition to Miami.
Wow.
So I went to Puerto Rico for the launch of 21 Day Fix in Espanol. Yay!
Woo!
Which, by the way, it's killing it, so thank you guys for that. Appreciate it. Went to Miami, again, same thing.
Wow.
For a Super Saturday, yeah.
And this is all in the last, 6 weeks
The
of your life?
the last 6 weeks, I don't even know what happened. It was just like, here you go.
Right.
But it's been so fun. Yeah, got back from that, and
Wow, that's cool, man.
Working on some fun things.
That's cool. Yeah, Summit was great. If you haven't heard, Summit this or next year will be in Nashville. Get your
I'm
tickets.
very excited because my big sis and my nephews and my brother-in-law and my dad are all in Nashville.
Very
so
cool.
They actually get to come see what we all do.
Wow, very cool.
Yeah.
Very cool. All right. Today's topic.
Yes.
Body image.
Yes.
And that's completely appropriate coming off of
What we
this
just
workout.
did.
Oh my God.
It's
I look a
pouring
mess.
down.
I'm so sorry.
It's nasty, but it's okay. We're in it together, kid.
You can't smell me, so I think
I
it's
can.
fine.
Body image. I love this topic. Actually, I'm really glad you picked this one because I think this is one that people struggle with in so many ways. You know, everybody has an ideal of what they feel like. Oh, I have to look a certain way. And I don't think that's true. You know, we were all made to stand out differently, and there is no one type of body and one type of shape. And I think when you focus too much on just what it looks like, it really can start to wreak havoc on your brain a lot and your emotions. I find it's more important to turn it towards what you're doing for your body, and then the aesthetics are just the bonus.
Sure.
And I know people are probably like, oh, she's a bikini competitor, how could she say that? And yes, I am. And I focus on that obviously a lot because aesthetics is the whole reason and everything that you're working on when you get on stage. But I find myself, I always have to be very careful about it and remind myself, like, when I come off of competitions especially, it can mess with your mind a lot. Like the second you don't have that incredibly shredded physique that you've been carrying for 4 months, you're like, oh my God, I feel fat. Not the case.
Right.
So I feel like it's really important to focus on the health benefits and then watch, you know, the aesthetics just kind of be the bonus to that.
And I'm guilty of this as well. You know, like I have or had a bunch of pictures, like goal pictures. And then after a while, I kind of threw them out. Like, I'll never look like that because I'm not them.
Yeah,
they're not me.
Exactly.
So like, there's never any way that I'll look like these people. Like I was typing in heights and weights into Google and coming up with the images and like, oh yeah, like that's what I want to be like. And then at some point, I'm not really sure when it happened, I was just like, that'll never be me.
I think it's really important to learn to appreciate your body for what it is and accept the way that you look, because I'm guilty of it. And I know people sit there, like, I get comments on Instagram, and believe me, I love them all, and they're very sweet, where people say, you're perfect, you're perfect. Trust me, I'm far from perfect. I'm not. And yes, I do work very hard to look the way I look, but it is always about my health and it is about inspiring other people. But I'm guilty of it too. Like, you'll hear me talk about my legs and my butt all the time, right? I'm always like, I'm trying to grow it. And I was guilty of it too for a while there, not stopping to acknowledge the progress I had made for myself, right up until a week ago when I posted a bikini shot from a photo shoot, and somebody commented on it on Instagram and said, what's going on? I'm watching Autumn on TV and her butt is flat as a pancake. First of all, my butt's never been as flat as a pancake. I'll defend myself there. However, I did have a very small booty 2 years ago.
Okay.
And a year ago when we filmed 21 Day Fix, it was smaller than it is right now. You know, it's been a work in progress. And I was like, wait a minute. I was like, let me prove somebody wrong. So I got on and I went back 2 years ago to my first time I was on stage and the backside photo. And I was like, okay. And then I put the one when I was on stage last year next to it. And then I put the other shot and I was like, wow, I need to stop and acknowledge for myself. I'm just beating myself up in the gym constantly, like, it's not good enough, it's not good enough, it's not good enough, I haven't made enough progress yet. Why isn't it growing? And then I went back 2 years and I was like, oh, okay, like, I did some work.
And that's a good point. Like, it's important to step outside of, like, yourself for a minute, because the only thing that you see, like, in the mirror, like, you know, our brains are just, you know, they kind of get used to what was versus what is. You know, and I'm completely guilty of that. Like, I wake up, you know, some mornings and I'm thinking that I'm still 100 pounds overweight. You know, like, it's crazy, like, you know, how your mind will kind of go there. But I think it's important to gauge progress but in different ways. So instead of just like getting on the scale and like, oh, you know, the scale's not going down, like, I mean, it's important to like measure and take pictures.
Are you stronger? Are you lifting more weight? Are you surviving through the workout more than you thought you were going to? Like, you know,
more performance based.
More performance based is always huge. I love that one because I feel the best when I'm like, oh, I just squatted more than I did last week. Or I'm like, oh, my plyos were higher. Those sorts of things. Or I feel that I'm recovering faster from a workout. Like, I love those. I love those goals more than just what I see in the mirror, because what I see in the mirror can literally change from day to day depending on if I ate sodium or if I had a cheat meal, or I'm a girl, so there are certain times of the month. But all those things affect us, and all those things, if you only focus on what you're seeing in the mirror, are really going to start to mess with your head. It's actually interesting. I got asked yesterday to write 300 words for a fitness website as to my opinion on selfies, and do they help with self-esteem, or do they hurt self-esteem?
Interesting.
And so I did. I wrote it, and it'll be out, and I'll give you guys all that information when it comes out. Not yet, though. But to sum up, because I thought it was interesting to go with this topic, is that it depends on how you're using a selfie. If you're taking a photo of yourself to help assess your fitness journey and your goals so that you can look back and see how far you've come, then I think that really helps with self-esteem, because when you're having a day where you're just beat down, you're tired, maybe you don't want to go to the gym, maybe you're recovering from an injury, you can look back at those photos and say, okay, this is where I was 3 weeks ago, or 3 months ago, or 3 years ago, whatever it might be, and this is where I am now. And you can really appreciate it, because when you look in the mirror every day, you don't tend to see the small changes that happen over time. So I think in that aspect, selfies are really great. Now, when you post them on social media, there's always going to be a hater out there.
Of course.
There's always going to be somebody that puts you down for it.
Of course.
But again, like I said, if you're using it for your fitness journey and to document for yourself, then I think that you focus on that, and that's the key, and you use it to motivate you.
Very good. Very good. And so are those your final thoughts on
Those are my
body
final
image?
thoughts on that for right
Very
now,
cool.
until you give me a question.
Very cool. All right, let's get to some questions.
Hit me with some questions.
They're coming in like crazy. All right, I'm starting 21 Day Fix next week, and I'm currently doing, congratulations.
Yes.
And I am doing kickboxing 3 times a week. Is this okay to continue while I do 21 Day Fix? This is from Anna.
Yes, absolutely can do other activities while doing 21 Day Fix. You'll hear me say it a million times. You need to use the formula in the back of the book, page 76. Use that for if you're doing something more than just 21 Day Fix, to put you in the right calorie bucket so that you're not too depleted on your calories.
Very cool.
But yes, you can.
Very cool. All right, we have a question from Jen. You know, I noticed like on social media, you get a lot of questions about containers.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know. I think that maybe we should
Talk
do
about
something at another time.
At another time. We'll talk about
point.
containers.
Yeah. Anyhow, this one is a container question from Jen.
Okay.
I've completed 21 Day Fix, and I'm still following the meal plan. I'm only allowed 1 blue per day, but as a vegetarian, this is difficult. I love avocado. Is it okay to add an extra serving?
This is where it gets so tricky. Okay. Ani, I hope you're not watching. Here, let me say this. First of all, the way it's broken down is that your macros are all rationed out. So your macronutrients, so your healthy fats, your carbohydrates, your proteins, all of those things are in a formula. When you start messing with the formula, you can technically mess with the results. Now, here's what I'll say. Avocado is a healthy fat. So, and you're also allowed 4 teaspoons in the day, and your 4 teaspoons are like olive oil and peanut butter, and those things are also healthy fats. So if you're gonna add in more avocado, then I want you to take out 1 of your teaspoons. 2 of your teaspoons. Take out 2 of your teaspoons. So that's how we're gonna kind of try to balance that one there. Like I said, it's always a balancing act, so when you start messing with how many of each thing we've given you, you can vary what your results are. But again, there is no 100% foolproof way of doing this. So we have to be able to play with it a little bit. You know, somebody called me out the other day because I posted a recipe and I counted yogurt. I counted yogurt as a blue. I know it's a red, but I don't eat dairy really ever. And so for me, I was like, it was a tiny little bit of yogurt. I was like, I'm counting it as my blue for the day because so many other dairy products fall in it. Whatever, I can play with the macros. I created it. But somebody called me out on it, and I was like, you know what, you're right. I probably shouldn't have listed that as a blue. My bad. But it was like me showing another way of how, yes, you can kind of adjust a little bit. So,
Tell me how you're not sweating.
I am.
I'm a mess.
No, I am. It's running down my back right now.
Really?
Yes.
I'm a mess. Oh,
I
God.
have really thick hair. It absorbs it. But no, I'm so hot right now. It's not even funny. If you dumped ice water over my head, I'd be so happy.
I'm sweating all on the iPad. All right, this is from Hillary. Who do you look up to? Who inspires you?
Oh man,
That's a deep
so
question.
So many people. There's so many people, and for so many different reasons. One of my coaches, actually both of my coaches, one's a female, one's a male. My original coach that I used for competing, his name is Leo Morales. Love him, look up to him. Genius, fitness, nutrition, everything. Just hardworking and very motivational. Always a positive attitude. My other coach, Ingrid Romero, and her husband, also, she's a mom of twins. She coaches all of the Team Edge girls. It's a huge team in the NPC competition world. And she just she's kind of like me. She's a machine. She just doesn't stop. She just goes and goes and goes. And I think that's very motivational. And she's Latin American, and she's curvy and beautiful but muscular, and I think that's awesome and very empowering. Yeah. There's a lot of people, Amanda, I'm gonna pronounce her last name wrong, Dantona, I think that's how you say it. Don't kill me if it's wrong. Beautiful, competitor, motivational. The people that are happy and out there just inspiring other people, not trying to just flaunt what they have just to be like, I'm better than you. But the ones that are really out there every day, like, here's what I do, so learn from me. Here's how I eat. Here are the exercises I'm using to do it. Those are the people that really just motivate me to work harder. And honestly, this might sound funny, but my son does a lot. I know he's watching me constantly. Every move I make, everything I do.
It's very true.
So that's very motivating and inspiring to me to make sure that I'm a good role model to him.
That's very cool.
Yeah.
And I think a good point to make with that is, like, the type of person you want to be are the type of people that you want to hang out with.
Right.
You know, so like, you know, and I think everybody has, you know, some negative people in their lives. You know, it happens.
It happens.
It happens, even if it's family. That's me. But I'm just saying. That's a good point there. Like, the people you look up to have positive attitudes. It makes you wanna.
It makes you want to be better.
Sure.
Yeah.
Sure. That's a good point.
Most of our company, actually.
Yeah.
There's so many people here.
It's true.
Every day.
It's true. It's a great place to be.
It is.
All right. This one is from Jennifer. Do you plan to come out with a cookbook?
I have no idea. It's an idea, honestly, I've tossed around. It's an idea I've tossed around in the office here. One never knows. We'll see. If anybody's been following me in the last week on social media, you know my brother is now staying with me, my older brother. He just moved to California from New York. My brother's a chef. Like, hands down, phenomenal. You name it, he can cook it. It's like, seriously. And when he got to my house, I was like, all you have to do is cook, but here's 21 days. You have to keep it within my container range.
How do you do?
He's actually killing it, and it's fun because, like, he's like, what can you have right now? Like, depending on the time of day. So, and I'm like, you know,
that's great.
I tell him, I'm like, protein and carbs, and he's like, all right. And then all of a sudden, there's like this gorgeous gourmet meal, and I'm like, yes, life is so good.
Is he moving in? Like,
he's for a while. He's staying with me for a while he gets settled. So,
that must
I'm
be
kind of
nice.
like. But the nice thing is too, I've been able to, because I tell him, I'm like, you got to keep it simple to a point.
Yeah.
So I'm like, he does the recipes
Sure.
and cooks them, and then we photograph them. And I've been putting them on my website, autumncalabrese.com. So there's more going up this week. We've been a little behind, but it's been a crazy week. But I always am posting it on Instagram too, what we're eating. So. Yeah, it's been fun.
That's great.
Yeah.
It's great. Live and cook. It's great.
Right? I mean,
man. Anyhow, we got a question. There's no name attached, but I got amazing results with 21 Day Fix, and now I want to bulk up. Any suggestions?
Body Beast. Sagi, man. He's our bulker. You can... It's hard to do... I'd like to say my program is the end-all be-all for everything, but it's not. If you want to bulk, you're gonna have to eat more than what 21 Day Fix allows. So there is a nutrition plan with Body Beast, yes.
Yep.
I would say if you're looking to put on a little bit of size, switch over, Body Beast it out, gain that muscle you're looking for even more, and then when you're ready to cut, because you'll have the muscle on there, and then you're ready to cut back down a little bit, switch back over to 21 Day Fix.
Very cool.
Yeah.
Very cool. What motivated you to create 21 Day Fix? I'm sure you answered this question.
Yeah, everybody knows the salad story.
Yeah.
I was at lunch with a girlfriend who I had been training for a couple years, who has gone up and down with her weight quite a bit, and could never figure out why, because she works out like nobody I've ever seen work out before in my life. And just kills it. And we were sitting at lunch one day, and we both ordered salads, and they were huge, and I ate a fraction of mine, and she ate all of hers. And it was like that aha moment of she overate by a lot, and we looked at the calorie count on the menu, and I was like, whoa, you just ate like 1,500 calories in one meal. That's a problem. And so,
whoa.
Do I hear somebody creeping up on us?
Whoa.
Boss man, what's up?
What do you got for me?
He made it.
What's up, man?
Oh, it's not a surprise. You got a chair.
I wasn't sure. I was like, there might be a secret guest, but I didn't want to announce it in case you got stuck in a meeting.
What's going on? Yeah, no, I got nothing to do.
Oh.
Do you know the last time you saw this shirt?
No.
What?
They all look the same.
Oh my God! Did you hear what she said? They all look the same. This
I thought we
is
talked about this.
what? That they all look the same?
No, that you were going to switch to polos.
Yeah. Well, I've been. Excuse me, while I decompress all my things and be professional.
We do fashion lessons on our downtime.
So, this was the shirt. You did your little UPS dance. We are family.
Oh, I'm sorry.
My wardrobe.
I was focused on my pot of berets and Chennai turns.
Pot of berets.
Yes.
Is that a dessert? I have a good pot of beret last night. So what are we talking about?
We were answering
We're taking
questions.
Yeah.
We were talking about
questions
body
on 21 Day
image, but
Fix.
if you got a topic.
Let's talk about body image. What was the question about body image?
Oh, it was just a
Is there a
general
topic?
topic
Oh.
about body image.
What did you say? Something good? Look at you with the outfit.
You know, I came in my neon today.
Fancy.
Wow.
I wanted to make sure they saw me.
Right? Nope. You're not going to get hit crossing the street. Maybe.
So mean.
What is that? No, it's...
Do I look like a cone?
No, you look good. Oh
Thanks.
my gosh. Is this thing on?
It's on.
going.
Body image. We were talking about my opinion on it, and I mean, we could recap it for you if you
No,
want.
I just... Do you have a good body image?
More often than not.
But sometimes
I've
you don't?
struggled. Yeah, we were talking about how I struggle, where I have moments where if I don't go back and acknowledge the progress I've made, then I beat myself up a little bit too hard.
Really?
Yeah.
How about you, Keith?
Same here. Every now and then, I think that I'm still 100 pounds more than what I am. It's odd.
Right?
But in general, I think I have a pretty good handle on my own body image. I feel pretty good about myself.
Well, look, I don't want to take up all the time. You're the celebrity here, but I'm going to chime in on this because this is actually maybe like a lot of coaches watch, right?
Mm-hmm.
So this is like the thing. This is the thing that we want coaches to do. Like, because I have it too. Why do you think we have 3-day refresh? That's for me, because heavy drinking, quesadilla
starting it
weekend,
tomorrow.
Sure.
right? Exactly. It's gonna be an ugly trip. Do I need to speak up? So everybody's got a thing, and who would expect that the fabulous and lovely Autumn Calabrese would have any right to have any body image issues, and then you got Keith over here working his butt off and made incredible progress, and still has, from time to time you go, God, there's that, oh geez, and at the same time you age, so like that's gonna creep on you. You're gonna have no choice but to face up with this, or you're gonna be one of these people getting everything pulled back and ruin it all and just be, So anyway, the point is, here's what I want from coaches. In fact, I was on a chat the other night with Fit and Funky Nation, and they asked me what my vision was for the company, and I said that as much as we like sales and all the growth and recruiting of coaches and everything, what I would really like to have is 1 million coaches who help people deal with body image in a way that's more loving, that is more compassionate and forgiving, because people are going to go up and down like this. So you want to have a long-term coaching business that stays productive for a really long time. Don't judge the people who you're trying to help. You try to get them to be a little bit comfortable. And what I like to say is, so let's say you meet somebody it's going to be my chat now.
Go for it.
Let's say you meet somebody who, look at him, he gave it right over to
Good
me.
thing, hey, good thing we were 40 minutes in.
So, what? I thought you did a workout.
We
40
did.
Yeah, we did.
We already did it.
Can't tell.
We're dripping.
mess.
So you're not 40 minutes in, you're just 10 minutes in.
No, we only did a 15-minute workout.
Oh.
I couldn't hang, let's be honest.
You couldn't?
I crushed my legs yesterday, and then I was like, oh, this was bad planning.
Oh, jeez.
It happens.
See the priorities? Man. Who's the boss?
Tony Danza.
Tony Danza. I have to fix this. So my point is that a great coach is somebody who can help somebody not just achieve the goals that they want and tap into some healthy why, and it's okay if it's a sort of a vanity thing. They don't want to have a muffin top, or they want to have a six-pack, or they want to, be buff or whatever. But at the same time, you want to try to work from the other side to be the one person probably in the whole world for somebody who doesn't judge them. It doesn't make them feel like a failure if they don't put 21 great days together, or they have a cheat meal, or they finish 21 days and then there's a week and they blow it because they were like,
expand on that?
Sure, you do it.
Before you run off with, because I can see you're on a tangent. You made a good point.
Okay.
I've seen so many times on Instagram, people will be like, Autumn, I had a horrible day, so I'm starting all over tomorrow. You don't have to start all over if you're 14 days in. You don't back up and go, oh, today's my new day one. You just acknowledge that you had a bad day, whatever, it happens, and you get back on track the next day. There's nobody ever, not nobody ever, because we do have perfect days sometimes, but it's rare to just constantly have what you might feel is a perfect day. So I think it's important to not beat yourself up over, oh my God, I ate one of my kids' chicken nuggets, and think you failed for the day
And I think
because of that little mess up.
I think even in addition to that, like, you can start the very next moment. Like, it doesn't
Yeah,
have to
you
be
just
all
go,
for
oh, that
tomorrow.
all right, that happened,
My
whatever.
next meal will be a better meal than my last
yeah,
one.
See, here's the
whatever I
thing.
did.
People are used to, people have been rewarded for beating themselves up, because then they I beat myself up and I turn things around, and so then the next time they fall off the wagon, they go, I'm gonna have to beat myself up again, because I'm gonna get back on the wagon, and then all of a sudden they're like, oh my God, I always beat myself up. I don't want to do 21-day fix anymore because I end up on day 23 beating myself up. So I'm just gonna leave this whole thing. So instead, if you never beat yourself up and you just go, life happened, an Oreo flew into my face and my mouth happened to be open. It's just like a mosquito. What are you gonna do? Just, you can't spit it out. It's in there. And you know what the thing is about a kid's McNugget? Okay, so here's the thing. I know, I'm a parent too. So the kid's not eating enough. Like, come on, finish, eat more. You need to eat a little. You're not eating enough. All right, I'm gonna eat it. So you get this crazy, if I ate it, yes, I can remember Danny, when he was 2 years old, and I'm like, he's not finishing his whatever food, and I'm like, dude, you were supposed to finish that whole. So I eat it. I feel like I can check it off. Anyway, maybe that's
my kid's a vacuum, and so there's.
He's a vacuum?
He hoovers everything.
Oh, does he really?
He eats
so you never
everything.
had this McNugget?
No, there's a point where I'm I'm pretty sure I shouldn't let you eat anything else.
Oh, wow.
But the doctor says, no, he's perfectly healthy.
Is he a big guy?
He's solid. He's almost 60 pounds of solid.
Wow, 60 pounds? How old is he?
Almost. He's 5.5. He's about 55 pounds.
Boy.
He's.
He could beat Danny up. That wouldn't be cool.
I mean,
who's the boss?
Right.
wow.
Who's the boss's kid?
Right.
All right, I'm gonna let you do your chat. I don't want to take it.
That was it? That was your special guest appearance?
Well, do you want me to do more?
I don't know. I mean, I kind of
I'll
hyped
hang
it up
more.
that
What do
there
you
was
got?
a special
What's
guest.
another question?
We started to talk about the Spanish kit.
Yeah, we were
And-
talking about
Oh,
the Spanish
see.
launch. See?
Yeah.
So we
Yesterday
go
we
to
had a
Miami.
good
Can I
day.
tell you the best thing ever?
Oh, yeah, go
We're in
for it.
Miami and Carl's there, and he did his whole speech in Spanish.
No.
Not the whole thing.
Freaking
It
way.
was okay. It was a lengthy. It was impressive. He read it, but it was impressive.
Oh.
No, there was a guy standing next to me reading it into my ear. He was like, no. Like every time I'd say a word, they were like,
No, there
that's
was not.
Yeah. There was a guy standing right next to me.
You had the paper.
Oh, that was New York. He did it. Sorry.
Oh, I
in
was
Miami.
like-
That's right. I did it by myself
Yeah.
in Miami. That's right. No, in New York, I had this white tux on. You saw that.
Saw the white tux.
And I was like so bad that that literally a guy came up on stage and was like, La Casa de Pepe. ¿Dónde está? So,
It was a valid effort on your point
Well,
for the
did what I
launch
could.
of 21 Day Fix in Spanish, and it's doing very well, right?
it is doing well.
We
Yeah.
love hearing that.
Yeah, and it's an important thing. I mean, only 7 days left on the special of the challenge pack. So if you are a person who knows people who would prefer to do the program in Spanish so that it's easier for them, get a move on because they only got a week left.
Yes.
All right, what's the next
Love
question?
that question.
Let's see what we got.
Feel free to hit Carl with questions too.
Yeah.
Since
this
he's
goes
here.
out to
People are
everybody.
bored. No, it's about you.
All right, this one's from Lena. Do I do 21-day fix until I get the results I want, or is it recommended as a lifestyle change?
Both. It really is a lifestyle change. At the end of the day, it's there to teach you how to eat on a regular, consistent basis forever. Will you always need to eat out of the containers? No. We've talked about this a million times. Or eventually you're going to learn to just eye it and know that that's the right portion size. And then every once in a while, you go back to it to check yourself and use your containers because we tend to fall off, right? I still use mine. Every once in a while, I'm like, I'm probably overdosing on that a little bit.
Right.
And then I check myself with it. But you should really learn to incorporate it as your daily life. And it's funny that I get asked that because I'll post something that I've eaten something and somebody's like, that's not on the fix. And I'm like, okay, well, I'm not on 21-day fix 24/7, you guys. Like, yes, I follow it pretty much, but an Oreo dipped in half and half milk may have flown in my mouth the other night. Twice.
Dipped in what?
Shut up, don't judge.
I'm not judging. I'm just like,
Half and half.
really?
Really?
I don't eat dairy except for when my Oreo falls in half and half.
That's commitment.
Interesting.
I didn't have it.
Did you get it out with your hands or you just get it out with your mouth? Bobbing for the floating Oreo?
I was at my girlfriend's house. She poured half and half. I was like, all right, here we go.
All right. Well, it was at your girlfand's house and you had no choice.
I had no
it has
choice.
No calories.
Right.
It's
you
like being
didn't
40,000
choose
feet
it
in the air. You have
yes,
no
right.
choice.
That's exactly right.
But yes, so it's a lifestyle, but just know that on that lifestyle, there are going to be days where you eat an Oreo or you have more than one glass of wine in the week, but try not to veer too far off of it because that's where you downward spiral.
Well, can I talk now?
Yes, now you can.
So it's really interesting. Like containers or not, like you can find that, you are doing the 21-day fix and you figure you got it and you're eyeballing it. And then what happens is you get used to the pattern and something just starts to sneak in extra. A little extra bite here. I got it pretty much under control and it was so easy to get. I lost that 2 pounds so fast. And another little bite there and just an extra slice of pizza. How bad could that be? Just a little bit more of the wine.
Right.
Just a little bit. And it's just and it creeps up. And the little 10 to 15% creep up on a 130-pound person creeps up to a 145-pound person in a few weeks. And that's the way it happens is like, oh my God, how did this happen? It just crept up. It's kind of like I like to think of that, I don't know which container, maybe the red one or whatever, as like, it's kind of like a muffin top. Like all of a sudden, it just heaped on top up of the, it just got a little bit out of it, and I was eating just that little bit more, and time over time, and I was like,
You're supposed to be able to get the lid on.
Right, exactly, like a suitcase.
If you can't close the lid, you're eating too much.
Right.
You're jam-packing it too much. But no, that's why I said you have to go back and check yourself with the containers. Because yes, I'm guilty of it too, where I'm like, it's vegetables. But
Check
then,
yourself before you wreck yourself.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, that's right.
He's the boss. I don't have a choice to high five
You
on.
had to.
I had to. I would have left him hanging on that for sure.
All right, we got a question from Jen. It's about body image.
Yes.
She's like, what do I do to improve my body image? Do I put on my favorite outfit, spa, makeup?
I
Any
feel like
suggestions?
that is everybody's own personal journey to figure out how to feel better about yourself. And if that means putting on your bright Nikes and your bright shirt to do it, then do it. And if that means hair and makeup before you go to the gym, absolutely. We all feel really good when we get new tennis shoes or a new workout outfit. We always want to work harder. It's different for everybody. There's like I said, there's days where my fun new tennis shoes make me feel really good about myself, and there's other days where my son, my 5-year-old, looks at me and he goes, Mom, you're so pretty and you're beautiful and I love your hair. Oh, that
that's
does
nice.
it. That's enough for that day. And there's other days where I wake up and my abs look great and I'm like, yes, abs are on point. And there's other days I wake up and I'm like, where'd they go? What just happened? So it's different for everybody every single day, but I feel like that journey of self-love, that's so unique to everybody, but you do need to look at it and examine it and figure out what is maybe making you not feel good about yourself. Is there a negative influence in your life? Is there somebody who's putting you down constantly? People tend to do that when they see you doing well for yourself and they don't understand that process. They'll put it down because maybe they don't feel good about themselves. So yeah, just again, if you need to use selfies, take photos, watch your progress.
I just reach out to people that I know are going to give me compliments.
Yeah, that too.
It's true. Call them up.
That's why I get
when
texts from Keith at 7 in the morning. I'm like, why is my phone going off? It's all love.
What do you do?
What?
Just to kind of build your esteem.
Oh God, I could do an hour on that. But I think you gave great advice. But I also think that the bigger story, we talk about vital behaviors for coaches, and one of them being personal development. And I think real deep personal development is, so you look at that, and so it's totally cool. All your advice, great. And I think that looking at understand what are you measuring yourself against, what are you hearing, who are you allowing to provide a judgment that you're getting across the table with them and going, yeah, what's the deal with you?
Right.
And but the real, it's so weird how we got into this and built a business, frankly, on helping people get their bodies to a point that they really are comfortable with them, and underlying all that is to help people improve their health. But at the end of the day, what are we judging against? Just you look at flowers, you look at trees and whatever, and all that tree, that's a big tree. How dare it? That tree has a little bit too much bark on it.
Right.
Like, if you look at what are we judging, if you play it all the way out, what am I judging myself on? Like, what am I trying to live up to? Some magazine cover?
Sure.
At some point you got to stand up for yourself and go, wait a minute. Who am I allowing to impose this rule on
Sure.
me that is going to play as a voice in my ego all day long and interfere with the most important part of the experience, and that is how you feel about yourself. However, there can be another force on the other side, that is, are you living the type of life that you want in the manner that you want, that is enhancing to the experience of life that you want, which in that case, I think, being strong, feeling attractive, feeling positive, feeling energetic, all that can come from all these behaviors, but you want to try to watch this sort of razor's edge and not tip over to the side of compulsion to fit into a stereotype that you'll never win it. You'll just never win it. So you got to play it all the way out. That's the work, I think.
Cool.
Agreed.
Okay. Am I still welcome to sit here for
Yes.
one more?
Yeah,
You are.
man, go for it. We got a question from Anna. And she says, so you ate one of the ones that flew in your mouth. I'm assuming she's talking about
My Oreo. Yes.
do you take any of the containers away if you do that?
Nope.
So it's a real cheat. Like,
Nope.
it just
I
flew.
work my off 24/7. So no, when I have a moment like that I don't feel bad. If you guys saw what I did the other day, whew, okay. Again, my brother's in town, and I was like, hey, we're having a barbecue, blah, blah, blah. Friends are coming over, so my brother cooked. Once he started cooking, I was like, well, that's gonna be a cheat day. Yep, that one's gonna hurt me. But I was not about to not eat what he made. He made like grilled figs with like ricotta sauce and burgers and bratwurst, and then he made bananas Fosters. I could just tell you
Wow.
that there was 5 of us, and we didn't put banana Fosters on a plate. There was a pan of it, and we all grabbed a fork, and it lasted for about 4 minutes.
Wow.
I was the only girl, but I definitely did my part.
Wow.
There you go.
I didn't feel bad about it. No. There's days, like I said, maybe if I had been sitting on my butt all week or something, but I haven't been. I'm in the gym for 2 to 3 hours a day. When I say gym, I guess I should just say I'm working out 2 to 3 hours a day, be it at the gym, at my house, playing with my son. I'm in it for 2 to 3 hours a day. So if I have one of those cheats, I don't beat myself up about it.
Cool. Sweet cravings. So
Yeah.
I'm assuming that you have.
I have a sweet
those
tooth.
Based on the
Based
the
on my
Oreos
Oreos and
the
banana
flying.
Fosters.
Right. do you deal with those? I mean, is there any point where you just say like show some restraint?
Yes.
Okay.
When if I were in competition prep, it's just not an option. And if I were to have that cheat, that would be a moment where I would feel guilty about it and go, you're not doing what you're supposed to be doing to be ready to step on that stage. If I were filming a program for us, no, that's just, that craving sucks, and I honestly just deal. Like, there's times where I'll go work out.
4th of July, right?
4th of July, so brutal.
So sorry.
4th of July was brutal. Secret project, I was not allowed to enjoy anything on 4th of July other than my friend's company.
And the fireworks.
And I did, but everybody around me was having cocktails and homemade cookies and a lot of things I couldn't eat. And I just didn't touch it. And it was interesting because the whole time I was there, I'm with a bunch of friends who are all trainers, and they all kept being like, oh my God, you're so strong about it. Blah, blah, blah. It's, it's just part of my job. Like, there's times where you have to buckle down and be on point about it, and there's other times where I can let loose a little bit. So I know when they are, and I know when they're not.
Can I do a shameless pitch, though?
Sure.
Yeah, go
Okay,
for it.
so, but for the rest of us who don't work out 2 or 3 hours a day by any stretch, or who aren't necessarily, don't have that horizon of I'm going to be on stage in a bikini, never happened to me, although it is a dream, bucket list. That's why I'm the high bidder right now in your auction.
Is that what it is?
On your green Swarovski or whatever that thing is. Anyway, so what was the point? Oh,
Yeah, what was the point?
if you do have that day or week or weekend and you fall off the wagon, that's why we created 3-day refresh, so that you can quickly, with a little bit more of an aggressive calorie restriction and the macro relationship of the way the shakes were set up, that you can dial it in, and 2 or 3 days you're down 4 or 5 pounds. So like that's what that's there for, is like a emergency break glass, grab refresh
Right.
and do it.
Right.
Fantastic.
Always have one ready. I got one for you upstairs, by the way.
You're supposed to have
I got
two.
2.
Thank you.
Cool.
Wow. Oh my gosh. I'm gonna let you finish. I've got a 3 o'clock meeting that I gotta get up there for, but still we have a thing.
We have a thing.
And thank you for letting me barge in.
Yes.
You're terrific.
Thanks for joining us.
I love them.
Thanks.
I'll grab my stuff.
I call these my Joker shoes.
Those are on. See you
They're
guys.
the Joker colors. So what do we got? We got a few minutes left.
Yeah, a few more questions. We have one from Christina.
Yes, hit me with it.
My husband refuses to accept the unhealthy lifestyle, and it makes it very hard for me to stay on track. Any advice? That's a deep question. Deep question
Wait,
alert.
he refuses to accept the healthy lifestyle, or like what? Read that again.
Yeah, so this is his wife, Christina,
Right.
and she's saying that my husband is just not on board with
Not
what
on
I'm
board with
doing.
being healthy.
Right.
That's hard, because that's your teammate, and that's the person who's in your house, and if they're not gonna eat healthy, then you're making 2 different dinners, or they're eating junk food in front of you. That is an uphill battle, and I wish I had a good solution for that. I personally don't. That's where you have to know what's right for you specifically, and just say, all right, this is about me, and for me, I'm doing this. And if you choose not to, then that's fine. That's your choice. And hopefully he doesn't give you a hard time about your choice.
Yeah, I think that's right on point. I mean, I was doing 21-day fix, and my wife wasn't.
Right.
So like there was a bit of division. So I'm eating the food that I'm supposed to eat, and she's eating whatever she wants. Essentially.
Right.
I just kind of had to be. This sounds bad, but I had to be a little bit self-centered. Just in terms of
I don't
like.
think that's bad though when it comes to your health.
Right. I just kind of had to take charge of it myself, and I for the first time, and this was the first time I had ever like attempted anything like this without, trying to rely or lean on somebody else for support. So I had to just kind of take the support away from her, because I knew that she just wasn't available to provide it, and just kind of be in my own little world with it.
And I think that's okay, and it's really important actually to learn how to only be in this realm. to not have to have the support of somebody else. It's fantastic too, and I hope everybody has the support because of course it makes it easier. But it's just not always available. And I think at the end of the day, it has to come from within, and it has to be, you do have to be your own biggest cheering section and your own fighter. Because again, there will always be somebody who just isn't quite as on board with it as you. I sent my dad photos the other day from my photo shoot, and it was a group text to my dad and my aunt, my brothers and my sisters, and I was like, hey, you know, this is what's going on this week, and everybody's like, oh, awesome, and except my dad, and he's like, you're too skinny. Thanks, Dad. Wah, wah. Like, here I am trying to show him like something awesome.
Sure.
But that's just my dad, you know, he's Italian, and he's like, you know, trying to shove pasta in my face 24/7.
Right.
And same thing, we all have a family vacation. We leave on Saturday for Hawaii, and my dad and my brothers and sisters, and I actually had to lay down ground rules. I was like, look, I thought I was going to actually get to let loose a little bit on this trip, which I did. Secret project is wrapped up, so I thought I was going to get to cut loose a little bit and fall off the wagon for a hot second. But I found out I'm shooting the cover of a magazine 3 days after I get back from vacation. That does not allow me to fall off track.
Right.
In Hawaii, which is a little depressing, I'm not gonna lie. But at the end of the day, I'm in Hawaii with my family and my son, and there's still wonderful amounts of awesome food to eat, and I just kind of had to say, I said, I don't want to hear your opinions about what I'm eating. And I said it very nicely, but it was basically just like, look, I eat really well, and I just don't need to hear a negative opinion about why aren't you eating more, why aren't you having a cocktail, why aren't you trying dessert, because I got a job to do at the end of the day, and I'm okay with it. I am taking care of myself, and I feel really good about that. And so sometimes you just have to be your own champion, own cheering section.
It's true. You're not, and even the people that are on the same track, they're not always going to be available to support you.
No.
So like you said, like it really, a lot of it has to come from within. And then sometimes you can lean on other people for support.
And it makes you stronger.
Yeah.
Yep.
All right, so that's our time.
That's our time.
I wanna go over the Spanish kit details like before we leave, because it's really hot right now. It's popping.
7 days.
It's popping. So it's the challenge pack is available from now until 7/31. So the 31st of July. It's available up until then. It's $140, down from the regular price of $160. So get that discount.
I love that.
There's an eating plan. There's a start here guide. There's a 3-day quick fix that comes along with that. All of the workouts they have a voiceover option. So they are then translated into Spanish, so that's a really cool.
I wish it was me. It's not. I really wish I was the one like
saying,
but I can't.
That'd be great. So anyhow, 31st of July.
31st of
It's
July.
available until
Get
then.
your challenge packs. Post your results, you guys. I love it. People ask me all the time, is it really me doing my own social media? Absolutely. I'm on it morning, noon, and night. There's nothing that makes me more excited than seeing all of your results and answering questions, and I do my best to get back to everybody. So keep posting, keep hashtagging 21 Day Fix or Autumn Calabrese. Both of them lets me see them. And this was fun. I hope you guys loved the workout.
Yeah, again, excuse
I know.
me,
It's like
please.
I was like, oh, that's
I look a total mess.
a hot mess
but it's
over
okay.
here.
It's okay.
But we had fun.
Yeah, we had fun.
Killed it.
Next month. See you next month.
Next month.
Peace out.
We got 2 next month.
You got 2 next month?
Don't we?
Oh, next month.
Maybe. Bye, guys.